Hey, just me and my dog here. Feeling a little bit stressed. Figured why not talk it out a little bit because it's beautiful outside. It's helping me calm down. Fresh air has a way of doing that. It's been a pretty buggy summer, very hot, very humid, and it's not really buggy now, and that's quite nice. I don't have to swing around a bug zapper like I'm at the US World Open or Wimbledon or whatever. Whoa, and a tree just fell behind me. I don't know how well you heard that. That was cool, I guess. Fun fact, one time in a big storm, I was out trying to get our generator set up because, we're in the woods, and a big tree fell, giant tree, and it landed, no joke, within 5 to 6 feet right in front of me, like the top of the tree, like a, 150-foot tree, like right in front of me. And as it was falling, I was kind of mesmerized, being like, there's no way that tree's going to hit me. So that was harrowing and fortunate that I didn't die. It also could have hit our house too. So me, our house, all of that, very lucky. What did I want to say? I've been trying to make it one of these videos for a while, but have not found the time. I've been unsuccessful, but I did want to say, past few months have been crazy, fun, amazing. There's been a through line through them all, which is something that we are calling stage presence. What's stage presence? I've alluded to it in some of these other previous videos where we have this platform we're building, this modular live performance XR rehearsal tool thing that does all sorts of stuff. It's kind of pulling from all this different work that we've done for Christmas Carol and our work with Hope Hutman for Your Mind Girls at Columbia and Barnard earlier this year. So we have virtual reality shows, mixed reality shows, and then the stuff we've been doing with the Royal Shakespeare Company as a rehearsal platform. So we're trying to put all of that together into a single app experience that's modular, not as focused on trying to assist one particular production, and it gives you the ability to be in multiplayer, co-located, and or virtually, mixed reality, virtual reality. It can be for rehearsing with a script in hand. It could be for putting on a full performance, still with script in hand. And so we started to put all that together after wrapping up this last trip to London and Stratford-upon-Avon and Brighton, which was fun. I can't remember if I even talked about that trip much here. I think I did, yeah. And so we started to put together this app like very, very quickly right before Kevin on my team and I headed over to Worlds in Play, this incredible event organized by Jake Pinholster and Scarlett. I always want to say Scarlett O'Hara, Scarlett Kim. And it's this incredible retreat, potluck artist event where everyone just kind of brings something and they're like, hey, here's the thing. Is this a thing? And people say, it's not how I would have made that thing, but that's really cool. And what if you added this spice or whatever? Let's keep mixing metaphors here. And so anyway, we brought stage presence, which at that time was, a couple days old. Just a big kit bash of a lot of these different things that we've been building over the years. And it was really cool to see what people got out of that. These artists who were there, who were just kind of experimenting with what's possible with these mediums and these tools. And these are people who come from LARP and immersive and tech and all sorts of things all over the place. So that was really fun to get their initial feedback. We had someone named Lonnie who works with Ahmed Best, who was Jar Jar Binks, of course, in Star Wars. And we got him to actually take one of his scripts, put it into the app, and then mess around with rehearsing with that script with his digital avatar right there, because you've got this kind of full body mocap thing going on, all from a VR headset. MetaQuest Pro is great because then you get the full facial capture, but the cameras, the pass-through, the CPU, the chip in there aren't as powerful, so it's a overall worse experience for the performer. MetaQuest 3, much better experience, better pass-through, more powerful, etc. But there's no face or eye tracking, so we have to, approximate some of that stuff. We do mouth movement based on waveform and things like that. We might tie that into something like the MetaHuman audio SDK, things of that nature, we'll see. But, we've got all these things going on in there. All I wanted to say, because I'm going to be home soon enough to run off and do a bunch of things, and we've got construction going on, and I've been doing yard work, and I'm exhausted, and tons of trimming of things that should have happened all summer long, and now I have to do it like all in a day. Anyways, stage presence is cool. And so some of the recent things was Worlds in Play. That was a week. Very exhausting. Things were happening from like 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. every day, like no joke, seriously, all day long. And it was rejuvenating despite all that. And then I headed over from, this retreat outside of Chicago, like a 3-hour drive over to SIGGRAPH in Vancouver. It was my third time having something in SIGGRAPH, my second time participating, because one of those times was in COVID times and the dark times. And then it was great time in Vancouver. This time I was with Ari, who of course is our lead actor, performance extraordinaire person who does all sorts of amazing things across every platform that we've worked on, and is really game to try out new stuff. So of course he's championing and stress testing and cognitive loading, all this stuff that we're playing with, and it's lovely to get his reactions. So Ari and I at SIGGRAPH, where they're giving a talk and a presentation on the new spatial storytelling track, which is super cool and amazing how everyone put that together, because it's right in the center of the immersive theater, VR theater exhibition area. So you have all the VR exhibits and live shows and demos and crazy tech stuff like the tiramisu headset from Meta, which was probably the thing I'm thinking about the most afterwards, because like incredible sharp VR, tiramisu, yum. I want to see that put into a headset that we can actually use and develop for, because we're chasing photorealism for some of our projects. Anyways, Ari and I giving more demos of stage presence, all that was great. We gave our presentation. That was a ton of fun. We're showing things that are, related to Christmas Carol and whatnot. We were playing with let's do a quick production of Waiting for Godot or whatever, and just trying out random things that you could do in the moment. Here's the script from Star Wars. What can we do with that? Because we got the ability to spawn things, spawn lights, spawn props, spawn cubes, scale things up and down. And again, everyone can kind of experience it together in the room. That's the thing that gets really exciting, is when you really feel like you're all together. Sometimes you are actually together and you're seeing all these things in mixed reality. Sometimes some people are there together physically and other people are there remotely. Another big inspiration for this, I should mention, was an app that we developed as part of the Meta mixed reality hack in April of last year. And we created something called Performer, MR for mixed reality. And that was starting to play with this idea of co-location and, being there watching the same digital content that isn't actually there together. So we have all this running in the background, and it's a ton of fun, and we're starting to demo this for more people. There was Unreal NYC last week, which was amazing, and I'm so grateful I get to organize that community now, because I love what everyone is doing with Unreal Engine across New York City, across all these industries. Next week, I'll be at this AIA event, teaching at Epic's office, virtual production for architects. It's going to be fun. Tons of super smart people who are going to be a part of that. And then a week later, I'm off to London again and Unreal Fest Stockholm, and it's going to be a blast. And I've got my youngest son in his pajamas coming up now. They just had their first day of school. That was really cool. But I feel better already talking this through, getting some fresh air, enjoying nature. There he is. Look at those pajamas. And he doesn't wear shoes anymore either. He wants to toughen his feet. I think I said something about hobbits and tough feet, and now he's really determined to soften those things up. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Except Donnie.
Except you. Ah!